In my last video, I took my office from this reseller hoarder space that basically had a pathway through it and transformed it, took you guys along with me. We transformed it into a usable space that I could not only resell out of, I could do my YouTube, I could ship products, have whatnot shows, and rehab purses all from the same space. But what if I told you the reselling stuff isn't just in my office? It's not a lot beyond my office, but there are a few piles here and there. I feel like all resellers are that way, but maybe not. Maybe you're much more organized and things go straight to your office or your warehouse space and never leave that area. That is not the case with me. I'm actually in my living room now and I'm looking at a few different piles of things, living room, dining room, and today that's what we're gonna tackle. A lot of the items that I'm looking at though are such high dollar items. It's ridiculous that I have not listed them. It's ridiculous that they're not down in my reselling space because I don't source a whole lot based off of the amount of unlisted inventory that I have. So if I see something, it had to be something really good. Like honestly, I feel like we're probably in the thousands of dollars of stuff that is sitting unattended in my living room right now. It's bad. It's one of those things, and this is what happens. I said that we were going to unpack a little bit of the psychology of why we do this type of thing as resellers. When you bring a box in from your car and you set it down, that first day the box is new and you see it, and then eventually you step over it, and then eventually you don't even see it, and then it's weird that it wouldn't be there. Have you ever cleared out a little reseller hotspot, an area that always has reselling junk, unlisted inventory, whatever in it? You ever clear out that spot and then it looks weird because it's empty? Then you know you have a problem, because I do that and I know that that's a problem. There's one area right near my front door. I want it to have nothing there, and every time there's nothing there, we set something there, and then one thing breeds other things around it. Before you know it, you have a pile like this right next to your front door. Yes, that is an Apple II, an Apple III computer. That is a computer right next to the front door. Those are going to be redone, though. That is a really cool, I'm going to show you guys what all this stuff is, but that's a really cool vintage Merle Norman cosmetic kit. So I have all of this stuff, and wouldn't you know, it bred some other stuff. Here's this really cool mid-century mirrored shelf, and then I have some YouTube equipment. None of this belongs in my living room. Not a single thing here belongs in my living room. So this is pile one. We're gonna tackle it first. So you can call it a haul video, you can call it a work video. You can start working and listing stuff while you're watching this video. That's the idea, that's the ideal, is while I'm getting my life together, hopefully you are taking the 20-30 minutes of this video and you're putting pieces of your life together too. If you're in your office, pick up something and start cleaning it. Otherwise, list with me while I talk about these things. It's going to be a haul of sorts because I haven't shown you guys this stuff that I bought. I'll tell you why I picked it up. We'll look up what it's worth so I can slap myself on the hand for not having listed it yet. And then we're gonna do a grand total at the end of how much unlisted inventory was just sitting in my living room. By the end of this video, it's not going to be sitting in my living room, it's going to be listed. Now there are two items here that aren't necessarily for eBay. These are going to be redesigned. So those are actually for a future upcoming, I say these because there's two of them. These are for a future YouTube video. So those are project pieces. I bought them because I know that they will be perfect as a project. I spent $10 on those, but they're not to be listed just yet. This really cool piece is also going to be definitely for some content, because let me show you how cool this is. I got this for $3 at not really an estate sale, it was just like a yard sale this past weekend. It is a Merle Norman mid-century case, and tell me you would have picked this up too for $3. It is so cool. If you guys want to see every little detail of this kit, I hope that a brush like this would bring back memories for somebody. If you guys want to see this in full detail, be sure you're subscribed to the channel, because I'm going to be doing some shorts content around this, swiping some of the cosmetics. I mean, these are old. What decade do you think this kit is from? Miracle cleansing cream lotion, Fresh and Flare. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking a deep dive into this kit, but if you want to see that, oh my gosh, there's stuff underneath. If you want to see that, then, oh wow, there's quite a bit of stuff underneath. You need to be sure, like I say, that you are subscribed to the channel. Oh, Merle Norman Bare Brow. I mean, what are the odds that this would still, oh, it's quite rough. But anyway, I'm gonna be swatching some of these things and just having a grand old time. Oh, here is the original. This is the Your Packaway Beauty Care Travel Kit. Let's see, just for giggles, if I had bought it printed in the USA. If I had bought this just to sell on eBay, let's see if I can find some comps. I typed in Merle Norman vintage case. This one is exactly like it. It looks like it's listed for $22 and it's completely empty. There's nothing inside. We have another little case. It's kind of different, listed for $70. I doubt that there's a whole lot of solds on here, but I'm just gonna click filter. If you're new to eBay, then when you're running a search, the ones that are listed only tells you not even half the story. You need to filter and click sold. Now there are 4 that have sold. Those are more like sewing kits style, but it looks like there is definitely a market for some vintage Merle Norman products. So hopefully once I'm done filming content around this and having fun with just the makeup aspect of it, hopefully I'll be able to sell it as well. But that being said, now these pictures look 70s to me. That being said, I'm not ready to actually list this yet because I have to get that content filmed. So I'm gonna set this aside as well. Which brings us to the Apple III computer. I was thinking it was an Apple II, but yeah, the Apple computer here. I got this at an estate sale not very long ago. They said that they believe that it works, but I don't really know. And I bought it understanding that I don't really know, but they still sell for parts. So this is the monitor connected to the keyboard here. And well, let's just go ahead and plug it up and see if it does work. Okay. All right, the light came on. That's definitely a plus, right? I can hear things firing up. We're looking for a green screen, obviously, but I think I need to find where the actual computer, like surely there's a switch back here for the computer itself. I'm gonna stick my finger into a port or something. Okay, wait, I think I found it. Okay, oh my gosh, here we are. All right, there is the green screen that we were looking for. There's no file, there's no disk in there, but I do have a ton of disk. Okay, it's just beeping at me. I got you, I got you. This is, what all is in this bag? It's all Apple III stuff. This is the system software. I know you probably, oh wait, it says what is that? Diagnostic something. All right, diagnostic RAM is what it says. This is actually a bunch of tapes. I'm not even sure what that is. It definitely doesn't go with this. Diskettes, let's see. I just need a floppy disk of something that this thing would read. Basic backup. I mean, is the Oregon Trail in here? No, because I bought this from someone who is an accountant. All right, this says Apple Business Basic Graphics. So I don't know, was this something that you installed? I'm just gonna put this in. We'll see what happens. I just need to kind of like to test this and make sure it'll read a disc that it works before I sell it. Diagnostic RAM. Yeah, I don't know what diagnostic RAM means. I don't know what any of this means. Do I push something? Do I push this Apple? Okay, while I'm digging through this box, I couldn't help but notice that the packing material is literally mattress pad. So Apple had it figured out way back in the 80s, guys. I mean, come on. It's all about the mattress pad. What else is in here? All right, this is VisiCalc Sampler. Let's see if this does anything. Okay, the screen went solid when I did that. Oh, it looks like it wants to do something. Like, how do I get it to read that? What am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm gonna Google what diagnostic RAM means. Oh my gosh. Okay. I gotta check my heart rate real quick. That was really scary. Okay, I had the thing on. Oh my gosh. I just hurt myself. I had the thing on. I was looking through YouTube videos about like what to do when the screen says that. And I noticed this button and I thought it was an eject button. And I noticed the guy was talking about it in the video. I'm only halfway paying attention. And it says reset. And I was like, let me hit this reset button. And guys, something started crackling and popped. And I reached up here so fast. The outlet that it's plugged into is on a switch as well. And so I threw the switch off. I like hurt my foot reaching up there to get this thing off. And then I was just like sitting there in shock for half a second, and I jerked both of the plugs out of the wall, and then smoke just came out of the side of this computer. I'm like shaking. It's right next to my front door, so I opened the front door real quick. I don't even want to touch it. I don't even want to move it. This is the button that I pushed. It said reset, and I was like, okay, I don't know. Is that like is that the equivalent of, you know, Control-Alt-Delete? And oh, you can still smell the smoke. It came out of this side of the computer. Why do I feel like this video isn't going that great? I'm scared to even move this computer right now, but I also want to see, did I burn my floor underneath? You know, my husband's an electrician, and if he was here, none of this would happen. Oh my gosh. It smells smoky. It smells like an electrical fire in here now. Well, let's move this. I hope I didn't damage anything. Like, I hope if anything's damaged, it's just so that, oh, it's definitely being sold for parts now. Well, that answers that, doesn't it? If I'd been wearing my Meta glasses, you guys could have seen this happen in real time. I guess let's move it and see if I burn my floor. My camera battery is like dying now. Oh, that's a separate piece. Yeah, the smoke just like came out from here. Okay, I don't think that I damaged my floor. Oh my gosh, you can just smell, look! Do you guys see that? I don't think you could see the smoke. Do you see the smoke rolling up? Oh no. When I move it, like you can smell the electrical smoke. And how do I know if it's still hot? How did I mess this up so badly? What did that reset button go to? Okay, I'm gonna look this up online real quick. Not what I expected. Not what I expected.
Hello?
Hey honey,
Hey.
I was plugging up this Apple computer to see if it works. Like
And it does?
Well, yeah, like parts of it were working and everything, but it was running some like, I think it was running a system diagnostics or something. I was looking on YouTube to see exactly what was happening. And then I noticed this button on the front of the keyboard that said reset. And I was like, that's gotta be like the Control-Alt-Delete. So I pushed it, and then there was a crackling and a pop and smoke.
Oh, dang.
And now, so now when I move the computer, smoke is still rolling out of the keyboard.
Oh gosh.
I turned off that outlet and I unplugged it like immediately, but I don't know if there's, yeah, our house smells like electrical smoke now.
Nice.
And I think I'm gonna have to sell the computer for parts.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't think we want to get into trying to fix that.
Do you think everything's okay? Should I, like I opened up the front door.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I mean, just turn on the fans.
I might, maybe I'll crack a window. So when you get home, when you smell an electrical fire, we're not actively having one. That was just like me trying to work today.
Oh, okay. I got you. Probably just burn up some component in there.
What do you think that reset button was supposed to do?
I don't know. Probably not that.
I don't think I was supposed to push it. All right. Well, I love you. Hope you're having better luck with electricity than I am.
Yeah, no smoke for me.
Okay.
Love you.
I love you too. Bye. Life is short, but you can make it shorter by pushing the reset button on an Apple III computer. You're not supposed to do that, apparently. All right, moving on. Let's see what else is in this big, huge bag. I feel like some of this is probably trash because it's probably the previous computer owner's business information, but I'm gonna dig it all out and we'll just see what we're working with. Some of this is so interesting. These are notes that someone took in a computer skills class, and they were from 1981. Like, there's nothing really I can do with these. There are some handwritten bits of ephemera that will sell, but I can't imagine that this would be one. But it's so crazy. After 44 years, this has survived, and what, I'm supposed to just throw it in the trash? All right, I guess. I mean, there's nothing else to do with it. All right, I did come across an original price list. This is Apple II, so I don't know if, because that's an Apple III computer, so I don't know if this was a hypothetical, like it could cost you this if the guy ended up buying all of this stuff. But for the computer, $1,530. You can see 16K RAM card, $16K, $200, 10 key keypad. Anyway, you add up every little thing, it comes to $4,502.95. This is the Apple II, so this would have been late 70s, early 80s. I asked ChatGPT to adjust for inflation the modern day equivalent from $4,502 from 1979 versus today. Guys, it's $19,350. $20,000 for a computer at the start of the 80s. All right, I have drafted all of these items to part them out, and well, look, I still have this clean office to photograph all of the items now. So I'm gonna go get the computer monitor so it can be photographed also, and actually get these things on my eBay. I got everything listed. Now, I kind of want to go make lunch, but look at this. This isn't the pretty office we walked into. That's how everything starts. Don't put it down, put it up. So I'm not going to allow myself to walk away from this mess. I'm going to put it up and then go have lunch. There we go. That's better. I just got done with my salad, which was delicious, by the way. It's like one of my favorite parts of the entire day is the salad at lunch. But sorry if I have spinach in my teeth. I just had to jump on here and tell you guys 2 of the items that I just listed already sold. The separate disc driver is like an auxiliary reader. It just sold for $40 plus shipping. And then I found 2 pieces of paper that I listed together as vintage Apple brochures. I just lotted them up together and asked $10 plus shipping, and they sold too. So it hasn't even been an hour, and I have over $50 in sales from items that were just sitting over there in my living room floor for like the past month. Since everything's coming up roses, I decided to go ahead and list the computer also. My description on it is pretty funny, in my opinion. I will read it to you guys, but I wanted to let you know I listed it for $699. I think I put like $58 flat fee shipping on it, or best offer, and I listed it less than 10 minutes ago, and someone's already offered me $250 for it. So for those of you who thought, why is she gonna waste her time listing that thing? Because someone just offered $250 for it already. I know I can get more than that, so I'm probably going to wait to respond to see what other offers come in immediately on it. There is not one listed under like $1,000 right now, and some of them are untested, so it's not even like mine's the only one selling for parts, but do listen to the description that I put on it. All right, my description says, I'm reading off my phone, I bought this at an estate sale. I brought it home to test it and powered it on. Everything looked good. The screen had a pattern and said, diagnostic RAM. I waited for a change. The screen remained the same, bouncing between the pattern and the words diagnostic RAM. Then I saw a button on top of the keyboard that said reset. I pushed it. Big mistake. Huge mistake. It made a loud pop, followed by a sizzle and a crackle. It sounded like a bowl of Rice Krispies at a fireworks show. You feel me? Some smoke started coming out of the left side of the keyboard. It smelled like someone was barbecuing. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing. I ran to the outlet and unplugged it immediately. I haven't been brave enough to plug it back in. I don't think you should either. There's probably lots of components that could be parted out. If this doesn't sell at this price, I'll eventually do that. I did take the back off and I can't find the fried parts. I think they're in the keyboard. In my distress, I accidentally pulled the space bar off. I kept the parts and it'll go back on. Sorry about that. If you know, big mistake, huge mistake, movie reference, drop it below in the comments. And would you ever write a description quite as silly as that? I needed to tell the whole story, and I thought while I was at it, I may as well make someone laugh or at least smile. This cat, I tell you, is such a distraction throughout the day. He is a stray cat. Well, he's kind of my neighbor's stray cat. Does that make sense? They adopted him, got him fixed, but as you can tell, we put a food bowl out for him. Hi, kitty, you're so cute. And now he bugs me several times a day for some more food. I know they're feeding you across the street. My son would love nothing more than for this cat to come inside, but even though I'm petting him right now, I'm gonna have to go wash my hands because I am very allergic to cats, and so is my son. So I want to show you guys the alternative that I found for my son. Look at this hyper realistic cat. This is by the company Chonker, and this one, I got a surprise for you. Not only is it, look how realistic. I wish you could see this in person and truly appreciate this little cat. This is adorable, but wait, there's more. It's a backpack. This thing has straps. Now you could detach these, and I have detached them for my son using it because he just uses it as a plush. But there is an entire zip up pocket back here, and you could actually wear this. You know, you wear this to a theme park, to look how cute he is. The little pads of his feet are hyper realistic. These are handmade, they're safe for children, and if you think this one is realistic and super cute, this isn't the only chonker that we got. Let me show you the one that's actually interactive. If you thought the other one was adorable, you're gonna love this big, huge one. It has weight to it. This thing is like a little over 2 pounds, I think, and he has a name, but you're gonna see a little bit of interaction when I introduce him. This is Percy. Did you hear that? He reacts to his name, and watch. He has a touch spot there on his head. Percy. He purrs every time you say his name. There's a touch spot on his back. There's even one on his tail. If you grab his tail, he has touch spots on some of his feet, I believe, underneath his chin. And if you hug up to him, he's purring right now. I don't know if you can hear. And he has a heartbeat. And hugging him like this, if you were to hug him up to your chest, I can feel his heartbeat. Now, while this is perfect for my son who has a pet allergy and I have an allergy, so he gets, you know, a lot of the snuggles and cuddles that a real cat would give, the audience that is really going crazy for these online, they're giving them to people in residential care facilities. So in nursing homes, retirement communities where you're not allowed to have a pet, they're bringing in this little interactive cat. And like I say, just feeling the heartbeat, feeling it purr, and knowing that it's interactive with its own name, and you can actually change its name. One of the things that Chonker is doing that no other interactive pet brand that I'm aware of that makes, you know, cats like this is one of the reasons why it's better for us, is that it's rechargeable. I don't have to run out of batteries. A charge lasts quite a while, but if I plug this guy in, you know, every day, every other day, that's plenty of time for, you know, my son's not gonna say, hey, Percy, and the cat not respond. He's always on. I'm not gonna run out of batteries. So between these two, look at this one's face, it's so cute. Anyway, I asked Chonker if they would give us a discount code for this video, and there's actually, you can save 10% if you want to order a little cat backpack or one of the big chonkers. I will link the 2 cats that I have here down below in the description, as well as a 10% discount code, which is right here. It's going to be in the description as well as the pinned comment. But you guys should see their full suite of products because they even do customizable pets. Cats are not all that they do, but yeah, so if you have someone in your life who wants a pet on their lap but for one reason or another just can't, look at Chonker. This is definitely the go-to brand, and Israel was absolutely thrilled when he opened up Percy. I found some more items throughout the house that I need to list, and then I found a few more things even after this, but all this computer stuff is sold. Literally, it's sold so fast. Let me show you guys what sold for how much, and I gotta get this stuff shipped. I sold the computer system software for 50 bucks, and I was missing one of the discs. The damaged computer unit, I got so many offers on this thing immediately. $400, $300, $250. It did sell for the full price of $699 plus shipping, and I just did a flat rate $58 shipping, so I hope that that winds up going okay. The silent type printer sold for $70 plus shipping. We got $10 on the two little brochures, and then the floppy disk drive sold for $40, and then I also sold a hat. I got to get all this stuff shipped, and then I have a shoe sale over on Poshmark, so let's get everything shipped real quick. These are the shoes that I sold on Poshmark. I've had these listed for a long time. I actually have a video here on the channel where I shopped a millionaire's estate sale, and these handmade leather and beaded shoes came from that estate out of Paducah, Kentucky. I mean, they're handmade. They're one of a kind. So I knew that they were really something special. That was the label that I saw inside was Fenwick handmade. I ended up selling these for $24 plus shipping. So after Poshmark fees, I will earn $19.20 on this sale, and they've been listed a long time. I used Vendu to cross list these. I don't typically have a ton of sales over on Poshmark, but every sale on Poshmark is extra money, so I will definitely keep listing over there. A little money saving hack on packing paper, I guess. This is craft gift wrap, so it's literally the same as packing paper, guys. Normally $5 for a roll of this. When Christmas clearance is out to 90% off, I go pick up as many of these as I can, and then they last me for months and months and months. We are into May, and I'm still using gift wrap that I picked up at Christmas clearance. It's the craft paper, and I use this as packing paper. I sold this beautiful vintage hat over on eBay for $21 plus $8.50 shipping. I really love picking up little hats like this, if nothing else, just to save them. They're not huge money makers. If I get $15 to $20 a piece, then that's great, but you can usually pick them up for like $3 to $5. And this is something that I want to save from the garbage. I don't want these to just wind up in a landfill. I have this old priority mailbox that looks like it got wet, so it's really unusable. I'm going to use this side of it that did not get wet and just cut off a slice of it for the brochures that I'm going to have to ship. So now I have this. I haven't opened the box or anything because what I really just want is a cardboard sleeve to be able to open it there. I'm gonna slip those brochures inside and then put it all inside of a poly mailer. Now it's safely nestled inside, and you guys don't get mad because this was a priority mailbox that I was going to have to just recycle because it had gotten damaged, but now it's able to be used again. And resellers were always saying that we save things from the landfill. Consider reusing boxes any way that you can to try to, you know, save packing material from the landfill as well. Gonna ship the printer now, and the buyer actually left a note on the printer. Dear seller, please individually wrap and pack carefully in a sturdy box with plenty of packing material so the printer and parts can move. I don't know if they meant can't move. Please confirm the tracking details upon dispatch. Thank you, Stephen. So Stephen, I promise you I have packed a few things for eBay before, and your printer. Can't you tell by these photos how professional I am? Come on, your printer's gonna make it there, man. The unit itself is wrapped in tissue paper with a little thank you sticker. I have all of his documents as well as the disc wrapped up in their own bag with a thank you sticker. I'm going to be adding some packing paper around any void here, and then all of that will go into a separate box because we don't want Steven thinking that I just threw this into a cereal box. I'm kidding around about Steven because he paid $20 for shipping. It's a heavy little printer, and he's probably paid $20 for shipping, and someone did just throw it in a box. And you know, it's an item as hard to find as an Apple printer or something. And then, I mean, sure, you can file a claim, you can get your money back, but you can't get that item again. So I understand, Stephen, that you want your item secured, and I'm going to show you guys the double box technique, because if this outer box gets dented, gets penetrated, if anything goes wrong, then you still have packing material to go through and an inner box and then some more packing material. So your item is probably going to arrive nice and safe and sound, even with FedEx kicking it around. I do make a lot of jokes sometimes about, you know, certain orders or purchases, but when it comes to customer service, it is just a joke, guys, because customer service is your job. You're not just a seller on eBay or Poshmark or whatnot. You're a small business. You want people to come back to your small business. You want to keep selling the same type of things to the same type of person. Then take care of your customer. When you cook food, they say the first bite people take is with their eyes. When you ship something out, the very first bit of the review starts when they get the package in their hands. If they think, oh man, this is taped up so well, everything's looking really great on this box, or you know, have you ever got something and it was just thrown into a poly mailer? Immediately you're thinking on first inspection, as soon as it's in your hands, will I ever buy from this seller again? So I hope Steven loves his printer and loves the packing job. I'm done with everything except for the big one, guys. Now, before I took the photos on this, I didn't even wipe it down. So I think I am going to go ahead and wipe this down before it gets to the buyer, because again, they're going to take that first bite with their eyes and I want them to think, wow, this thing's in even better condition than what I saw or what I thought. So I'm going to grab a rag, wipe this all down, and then start looking for a box big enough to ship this. The computer itself is getting a bed of mattress pad for sure. It'll have some more mattress pad on top of it. And I found the perfect size box. It only took a few seconds. Survey said that was in fact not the perfect size box. This is the perfect country western song. All right, this box is 30 pounds, 2 ounces. Dimensions are 12 by 22 by 18. And let's see, it is going from Missouri to New Jersey. Comment below before I tell you, how much do you think this? 30 pounds, 12 by 22 by 18, Missouri to New Jersey. How much is this Whomper gonna cost? Did you guess $21? Because it's $21. Also, if you're not using your eBay discount for your shipping labels, you're missing out, because this would have been $70.53. And let's see, signature at delivery. Did we choose signature at delivery? Anyway, we're at $29.17. Why is, oh, signature at delivery, probably because of the value. Speaking of which, I need to go ahead and add some insurance to this. Let's add some insurance because this is a $700 order. So you're going to click on add additional options, and I actually don't want the signature because that could be really cumbersome for somebody if they don't want a, you know, if they're not home or whatever. We are going to do a declared value coverage, $10.50, but I don't want to require signature at delivery, and it automatically took it off. So let's see, let's save it. So now it's $31.53. So it would have been $70 plus $10.50. Signature at delivery is free because of the insurance and the eBay discount. Okay, so hang on. So it took it off, but it's still on there. So it was only an extra $2. You still got the signature on delivery, which is probably required. And then you got the insurance now too. Guys, if you're selling something for $700, spend the $10.50 and get the insurance. $31.53. All right, the last label just printed, and now I'm going to take some time and I'm going to put away all of my toys because I made a mess doing all of this shipping. So I'm going to not put it down, I'm going to put it up. What all can I pick up to make this process run smoother the next time that I'm over here? The tape gun goes in this drawer. There's a spot for the tape gun. Little extra packing material, we're just going to throw that away. All the labels are in the trash. The tape measure, the knife, all of these things need to be put up. Because we're changing the mindset. This isn't just, I cleaned my office. This is, we're changing our mindset around how we work. Don't put it down, put it up. Put things where they belong. Put them where they go. Adding up just the 5 computer components that sold, that's about $870 worth of sales right there. Going out, and it was just sitting in my living room floor. Oh, carrying these big bags up the stairs. This is the real reason I go to the gym, guys. I got my packages taken off to the post office. Went ahead and walked for 30 minutes. I'm glad that I did because it just started storming. I actually found a couple more items that had been living rent-free in my house. So after finding essentially $1,000 just there in the living room floor, I thought I better list these too because they're actually kind of high value items as well. But this video has turned longer than what I thought because I didn't realize those items were going to sell as quickly as they did and we would be shipping and all of that. So if you want to see other items that I just found laying around, not even in the death pile, but laying around my house as a reseller and how quickly they sell as well, be sure you're subscribed and check out the next video. I thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to check out that interactive cat chonker at the link in the description below and get 10% off using my code. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. God bless.